everybody. Welcome to the Fred Johnson Show, our sports talk edition. We're doing a Olympic wrap-up show. That's right. I'm here live in Tokyo. Check it out. Look, here I am in Tokyo. Look at the rings. Look at the bonsai tree. Look at the camera. Here I am. Here we are. I'm going to go around the old Olympic ring and introduce everybody from the Fred crew that's here in Tokyo. Starting off with our one and only, the guy up there in the high roller suites in Reno, Nevada, our one and only sports guy, Charlie the sports guy. Charlie, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good, Fred. How you doing? I'm trying real hard here. A lot of Olympics right now. Love it.
Okay, great. I can't wait to hear back from you, Charlie. Let's go around. Let's go to the Disgruntled Guy. Disgruntled Guy, how's your experience been here at the Olympics?
Hey, Fred, how you doing, man? Thanks for taking me here to Japan. I'm over by Mount Fuji, and I got a lot to tell you about all the different things I've been saying. Back to you, Fred.
Okay, Disgruntled Guy. Mount Fuji? What's he doing over there? We'll have to find out. Stick around. Okay, moving on. Who else we got? We got Cletus. Cletus here in Japan. Cletus, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Fred. I'm over here in Tokyo. Did you say something about the Olympics is going on? Where are they holding them this year?
Oh, they're in. Oh, no. All right, Cletus. Well, at least you're in Tokyo. I sent you all that money to cover the Olympics. I guess we'll talk about that later. All right, Cletus. Thanks for that. Moving on. Let's go to Crazy Eddie. Crazy Eddie, how's your experience in Tokyo going?
Took a red-eye flight back from Tokyo and back in my mother's guest room again. Yeah, I've been watching the games. I mean, attending the games over in Tokyo. It's awesome. Been listening also to Deep Purple live in Japan.
Okay, very good, Crazy Eddie. All right, can't wait to hear more about that. Now we have a very special guest. It's Howard Cosell. Can you believe it? Howard Cosell. How you doing, Howard?
Fred Johnson, it is wonderful to be here in Tokyo, Japan, representing you and your marvelous knowledge and vicissitude in sports. Back to you, Fred.
Wow, unbelievable. The one and only Howard Cosell is on the Fred Johnson Show. He's the greatest sportscaster in the world. Some say Fred is, but that's debatable. All right, moving on. Now, there's another guy here that we have to acknowledge. It's Naked Engineer Steve who's putting this all together. Naked Engineer Steve, how you doing? How's your Olympic experience been?
Oh, we had a really nice night last night. The locals are really nice. They showed us around all the whorehouses, and the geisha girls are fucking awesome, man. I don't know what else to say, you know.
Okay, very good. Well, I can't wait to hear some more insight on that. All right, everybody. Well, here you go. We got some Fred Johnson crew here. Not everybody yet. Is Duffy there? Duffy was sent there to play golf. Duffy, are you there? I guess not. I haven't heard from Duffy. How about Quazar? Quazar, are you there? You know, Quazar said he was going to head to the 2024 Olympics and give us some information. So maybe we'll hear about that later. But okay, so before we go around and talk to everybody about their Olympic experience here in the lovely Tokyo, Japan, I would like to go to a commercial, one of our fine sponsors here at the Fred Johnson Show Sports Talk Edition.
On guard with Blue Surface Essentials.
Good for you. It's from Blue.
Blue Surface Essentials. Blue Surface Essentials.
All right, there you go. The lovely Blue Surf. Can't live without the Blue Surf essentials. They got all the oils you need to do whatever you want to do there. All right, very good. Now, let's start off the show with talking with Charlie, our sports guy. Charlie, what's going on with the Olympics here now? What's the medal count? What's going on? Are you ready for the closing ceremony, Charlie?
Well, not quite ready for the closing. We've got some volleyball and we've got women's basketball tonight. But the medal count, it's been popping and shaking. The USA has the most medals with 108, and it's, of course, going to change here in the last day. 36 gold, 39 silver, 33 bronze. And then, of course, there's the USA is the best team by far, except for gold medals. China, well, they've got a few more right now, but way less bronze and silvers, a total of 87. We'll see what happens with that. It's going to be great. Oh, we've had exciting 5 Caleb Dressel swimming medals. However you want to pronounce his name. Anyway, there's so much stuff to talk about. 35 different sports and blah, blah, blah. Back to you, Fred.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot going on there. Yeah, there's still some gold medals to be had. I can't believe that China has more medals there. But I guess that makes sense. They probably make them there. They probably actually make the medals.
They have more gold right now,
yeah.
but
okay.
they're 21 medals behind total, but they've got 2 more gold. But we have 2 possible gold medals tonight in women's volleyball and in women's basketball. So
how about that women's beach volleyball, huh? That's my favorite.
Won the gold there, April.
Yeah.
Alex.
That's a gold
So
medal
been pretty
right there.
Exciting. There's been underachievers, so-called underachievers with the USA, and then there's surprise medalists like the bronze medal in the women's marathon by Seidel. Only the 3rd time that the women marathoner from the USA has ever got a medal in the history of the Olympics in the marathon. So
now I know you're
in there.
You're interested in the fencing.
Yes, it's only 2 medals, but a gold from Lee Kiefer in women's foil. First time we've ever had a gold medal in fencing, and it was one of the original sports from 1896, the beginning of the modern Olympics, and that's a long time without a gold medal. So there you go. We had that, and bronze from the men's foil team.
Okay.
But,
well, we'll get back to you on some more medals, and let's go around the horn here, and let's talk to Disgruntled Guy. Now, Disgruntled Guy, what's happening where you are?
Hey, Fred, here I am. I'm in Japan, just like you told me to come here. Thanks for the thanks for all the money that you put up on the plane tickets and the rooms and everything, Fred. I love it here. You know, I'm over here by Mount Fuji, and you know, the bobsled team, and you know, we wanted to check them out, but when I got up there was no one there, Fred. I couldn't believe it. So I said to myself, well, maybe I should go check out something else. So I went down. Where did I go? Oh, Fred, I know where I went. I went into the bar.
Yeah.
That's
a good place to go.
I went to the bar, Fred.
You
know, I wanted to see a couple of geisha girls. I've never been to Japan before, so I wanted to see what the nightlife was all about. But I couldn't speak the language, Fred. Couldn't speak the language, and I had a lot of trouble eating here, Fred, because those damn chopsticks. I couldn't do those chopsticks very good, and all they gave me was rice and chicken, and rice and chicken, not so good. But I'll tell you what, Fred, I like it here in Japan, and I can't wait to come back home and tell you all about all the good things that have happened. So back to you, Fred.
Okay, very good. Now, I don't think that they're having bobsled races there. That's the Winter Olympic sports. You needed to be where they were doing the Summer Olympics there, Disgruntled Guy.
Oh, I saw some guys with some boards, and so I figured, well, it must be snowboards, right? It has to be.
Oh, okay. So that's what you did with my $10,000. Okay. Well, very good. Well, I'll get back to you. We'll talk about the wrap up.
Money well spent, Fred.
It sounds like it. Very good, Disgruntled. I wouldn't expect anything else. Okay. Moving on. Let's go to Crazy Eddie. Crazy Eddie, you were there. I sent you $10,000 to cover the U.S. basketball team. How'd that go?
Oh, it was great. In fact, I saw the team. I got a chance to talk to the great Kevin Durant. I had some inspirational words for him before the game, and they won. How about that? I think maybe it's because of me.
Yes, of course.
They're not going to have a medal for me, unfortunately. I did have some other. I was working on a joke about Caitlyn Jenner. I'm thinking that she should compete in the Olympics as a man and as a woman.
Okay.
And then and also should Simone Biles. Same thing. But thumbs up for all she's doing to bring attention to mental illness. And
yes, very good. Even more so than what you are.
Yeah, I bring a lot of attention to mental illness too.
Yes. Well, that's why that's why you're a fan favorite.
Yeah.
A lot of mentally ill people watch the Fred Johnson Show. So that's why they love you, Eddie.
Well, it's a pleasure. I know I serve as a role model for many.
Now, Eddie, did you stay in Tokyo and watch the whole basketball game? Why aren't you there now for the closing ceremony?
I jumped on a plane. Yeah, I was had to jump on a plane as soon as I could get the hell out of there.
Oh.
I don't like the food. Don't like the people.
I see. Okay. Well, at least you covered the basketball game. You gave Kevin Durant some information that made him win. We got the gold all because of you, Eddie, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, and I enjoyed seeing the team, spreading my goodwill, spreading the Fred Johnson Show goodwill as well.
Yeah.
Talk to their great center for the USA team, Julius Cornucopia.
Yeah.
And
right. Good old Julius Cornucopia. Yes. Okay, very good. Well, thank you for spreading the word.
Yes.
I want to get back to you. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so we've gone around the old Olympic ring. I think let's do another commercial.
Please welcome Duffy. Please welcome Duffy Divot.
Oh, you're kidding me. I've been trying to get a hold of Duffy. Now, if you want to run a commercial before Duffy comes on, now he was sent out. I sent him $10,000 to go play in the Olympic golfing. And so I want to all hear about that, but I thought, there was a little trouble getting a hold of him.
And play I did, Fred.
There he is, Duffy Divot. Oh, and how did that go, Duffy? I'm so glad to see you.
Well, I played, Fred, but it might have been a little different than you had in mind.
I thought you were going to take the gold. What? How did you medal?
Well, I medaled, Fred.
Yeah.
But it was more the MEDDLE than the MEDAL.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, tell us all about it, Duffy.
I culturally medaled. I was out there looking for the golf course, you know, and all the signs are in Japanese. So
Right.
it's hard to get out there. So I took a wrong turn and I found this really cool house. Could have been a similar experience of the Disgruntled Guy. And I went up to the house and tried to knock on the door and ask for directions. But there was these girls in these kimonos and painted white face and all made up to look like dolls. And they brought me in the house and I was confused because I was just asking for directions. But they started making tea and playing me music. And the next thing you know, I was drinking sake and I forgot all about the tournament. I never made it to the tournament, Fred.
Well, I'm glad to see that the $10,000 went went for a good cause. There,
Well,
Duffy.
apparently it was the best house that they had to offer over there. So you should be proud, Fred.
Well, I'm glad that you at least made the effort there, Duffy. And might I say, your haircut looks great. You have a great haircut right now.
It's been a rough Olympics, Fred.
That looks good on you. You gotta
It's
keep
been
that.
a rough Olympics, I gotta say.
You're looking good, Duffy. Well, whatever you did over there, you look 20
Oh,
years
boy.
younger. Man.
Oh boy, I had the entire geisha experience, Fred. They
Well, that's
fixed
awesome.
my hair.
Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Well,
They fixed things I didn't know were broken, Fred.
well, thank you, Duffy. Thank you for that. Okay. Wow. Surprise. I didn't think we were going to hear from Duffy. I'm so glad we finally got a hold of him. All right. So moving on, we're going to do a wrap up at the end. I think there's going to be a surprise guest of Ahnold, maybe I've been hearing. So let's go to a quick commercial and we'll be right back to the Fred Johnson Show.
3.
Hello, my drumming brothers and sisters. I'm Billy Blast, owner and creator of BillyBlastDrums.com. Just go to my website, BillyBlastDrums.com, and let me know how I can help you get a drum kit of your dreams.
All right, very good. There you go, Billy Blast Drums. We love them. You know them. You beat them every night. Got to beat your Billy Blast Drums. All right, so going to go around the old Olympic wheel. The only person we don't have here on the Fred Johnson Show, the Sports Talk Edition, we have all the old school crew except for Quazar, it seems like. So anyway, maybe Quazar will tune in before we get done here. So let's start off. Charlie, what's your final words on the Olympics, Charlie?
The Olympics are great. The women have been kicking butt. They get as many medals as the men. Oh, yeah, the women's volleyball team won gold, which was a surprise. The women water polo won gold, which was a sort of a surprise. And they've been cranking it up the entire time. Felix, 400-meter bronze. She's 35 years old, 5th Olympics, has 10 medals altogether, which ties Carl Lewis for the most medals in track and field for the USA. Back to you, Fred.
All right, thanks for that, Charlie. All right, moving on. Disgruntled Guy. Disgruntled Guy, how you doing?
Well, Fred, you kind of skipped Cletus, you know. I think you ought to give that boy a little bit of a shout out.
Oh, did I skip? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I skip Cletus for his main thing? All right.
Yeah.
Cletus.
And Arnold, too.
Oh, my God. You know, I'm rusty. It's been a while. Our last show was the Kentucky Derby show. Give me a break. All right. Thanks for that. Cletus, tell me what's going on with you, Cletus.
Well, hey, Fred, I'm over here in Tokyo. Did y'all say something about the Olympics? Is that going on right now?
Yes,
What-
I sent you over there to cover the Olympics. Did you get the 10 grand I sent you?
No, I'm here in Tokyo, but I didn't know they was holding the Olympics here. I came over here because my cousin Sushi opened up a Japanese restaurant in Kakalaki. He wanted me to come over here and see how the Japanese beers hold up against PBR. So I'm
Really?
over here just taste testing Japanese beers and see what can import, because you can't get these over here in the US.
Oh, I see. So how'd that go?
Well, it's not PBR, but it's okay.
Okay. All right. So this was your segment, Cletus?
No, I had more, but I
Mm.
briefed you on it. But I guess I
We had
reckon
plenty
you
of time to rehearse this.
Yeah, I
While
sent
Charlie was booting up his computer.
I sent you the info.
Yeah, that was a day ago.
That was earlier today.
Okay.
But yeah, my cousin Sushi,
Uh-huh.
he opened up a Japanese restaurant in Kakalaki.
Okay. All
They,
right. Yep. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, his daddy, Uncle Wooly, they said when he was born, he looked more like a girl than a boy, more like a she than a he. So they called him Sue, just like that Johnny Cash song, boy named Sue. And then they added the pronoun she to it. They was way ahead of their time in Cackalacky back then. But anyway, I guess you forgot about that memo, Fred.
Yeah, I figured we'd go over that during the rehearsal today.
Well, sir.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I brought my skating board with me,
Uh-huh.
but I reckon they'll never. I don't reckon that's a sport that'll ever make it into the Olympics over here.
I like snowboarding. Cletus, snowboarding's good.
Back to you.
All right. Well, thanks, Cletus. I appreciate that. Now moving on. Who do I need to go to?
Quasar
Ahnold.
says he's trying.
Who?
Quasar says he's trying.
Oh,
He-
really?
he
Quasar.
can
How
only
about
do it-
Ahnold?
he
All
can only
right,
do it
let's
on
go.
his phone.
Is Ahnold here? Is he going to talk about being at the Olympics? Ahnold?
No, Fred Johnson, this is how it goes, Sel.
Ah,
Coming to you live from Tokyo, Japan, where I am very proud to be with you and Disgruntled Guy. And best of everything to Eddie, Crazy Eddie and his mother. But as I am with you, Katie Ledecky, of course, with another goal, along with Adrian Barbeau, Aaron Gray, and Ed Asner coming up from behind. We are all with them as they try to complete Olympic gold. Thank you also Penny Marshall coming from behind, along with Scott Baio. So a lot of excitement here in Tokyo. Thank you, and back to you, Fred.
okay, very good. Great, Howard Cosell. That's amazing. And let's go to a commercial right now. So, Disgruntled Guy, if I go back to you, do you have something to say?
Well, Fred, I'm still a little woozy from all of the sake that I was drinking there with the geisha girls, and but it was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to come back to see the bobsled guys again. And back to you, Fred. That's all I got.
Okay. I don't think there'll be any bobsled guys, Disgruntled
Yeah,
Guy.
but he's gonna love life.
What about the snowboard guys, Fred? The snowboard guys, I like them too.
That's the Winter Olympics. We're talking the Summer Olympics.
You talk about the slalom guys who they have one oar and they go left, they go right, and they go in and out of slalom.
Slalom.
But we could talk about that for a while.
Swallow. I hardly knew him.
Ski.
That's
Go in and out of the gates.
The gate. What that mean? The snowboarding. Yeah, they do that in a half pipe. Yeah, or maybe it was a crack pipe.
And I love the divers too. We
Pipe.
could talk about the divers all day too. The girls.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why they have to wear the one-piece suits though. And the volleyball girls. I mean, who cares who wins that?
Latavia.
The beach
All right.
volleyball girls.
With Fred. Come in, Fred.
All right, there's another guy here at the Olympics. It's Ahnold. Ahnold, are you here?
Fred Johnson. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to talk to you. It's fantastic to be here in Tokyo. I wish bodybuilding was part of the Olympics, but we're working on that. And we're also working on robotics. We want robots, of course, in the Olympics. But I love your show and glad to see all of you back here. And it's good to be here on the Fred Johnson Show. Back to you, Fred.
All right, thanks, Ahnold. All right, now we got somebody else. Gilbert. Gilbert, how's your experience been at the Olympics?
You know, Crazy Eddie is the only sane person here. Duffy,
Oh, that's
everyone is so good to see you all. But what are you doing with editing? How much editing could there be? I think Fred will spend the rest of his life editing this show.
Yes, you are correct, Gilbert. Very good. Thank you, Gilbert. All right, let's do a final around the horn here. Charlie, what's your final word? Which I thought I already
It's all
said.
fantastic. The Olympics was a blast for me. I watched on 2 TV sets plus on streaming on the computer, and I loved every minute of it. Hard to follow at times when you're watching 3 things at once. Back to you, Fred.
Okay, Disgruntled Guy, you got a final word.
I do, Fred. You know, I met a couple of young ladies here. I really had a yen for them. Back to you, Fred.
All right, very good. Cletus, you got a final word.
Hey, Fred, I brought my skateboard with me, but I don't reckon that's a sport that'll ever make it into the Olympics. That's
I guess
my final word.
I guess you haven't really been watching the Olympics there, Cletus.
What do you mean?
They have skating in the Olympics now. They have skateboarding.
Oh, I missed it.
Okay, very good. All right, Crazy Eddie, what's your final word there, Crazy Eddie?
Just hoping that the divers, the girls, they wear the 2-piece outfits instead next to Olympics. But I love Tokyo. Love all the people, the Tokians, and that's all I got. Back to you, Fred.
All right, very good, Crazy Eddie. Quazar never made it.
Please welcome Quazar.
Okay.
Greetings, Fred Johnson and Johnsonites.
Yes, Quazar, there you are.
Quazar here, standing poolside at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, So obviously, I traveled a year back in time to some fictional Olympics that happened last year. And I also traveled back in time at this match to make a prediction that USA is going to get gold in the pool. And let me tell you, this water tastes good. Back to you, Fred. Good to see you. Good to see the crew. Happy to hear Fred. Happy to hear Fred ain't dead.
So it's like the ultimate big man soup, is what you're saying.
Well, I would say big man with little women soup at all.
Okay. All right. That's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, very good, Quazar. Now, what I understand is you're traveling to the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris, and you're going to give us the results from there. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to pool all of our earnings from the Fred Johnson show's lucrative success, and we're going to lay it all down on who's going to win the gold in every category. But I will say, if there's ever been a show that deserves a gold medal, it's the Fred Johnson show. Back to you.
All right. Very good, Quazar. Well, thank you for making it back in time to be on the Olympic show. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And hey, what can I say? We've gone around the horn, and this is the Fred Johnson show. And our Sports Talk edition, live from Tokyo.
Fred, wait a minute,
Yeah.
Fred.
What
about Duffy? You gotta talk to Duffy.
We talked to Duffy already, didn't we? Duffy, does he have? Oh, wait, Duffy, what's your final word, Duffy?
Oh, I just had a minute of wrap up here, Fred, because even though I couldn't find the golf course, and even though I didn't hit a golf shot in anger, there was culture exchange, and I feel we went away from Tokyo. They understood me a little better, and I understood them a little better once I got them kimonos off. It was a great experience, Fred.
Well, very good. I'm glad you all experienced the whole Tokyo Olympics. And does anybody else have any final words before I wrap this show up? I think it's about 2 hours now.
It's a party.
Well, let me say, Howard Cosell wants to say thank you for joining us in Tokyo. Willie Ames, Linda Carter, Carol Channing. Hello, Dolly. All of you are fantastic, and the Olympic Games have successfully come to an end. And what a fantastic show you have, Fred. Thank you so much, and back to you.
All right, very good.
Fred, I'm in the pool.
Yes.
I'm swimming with the women.
Oh, wow. That's a big step for you.
Are they bow-legged?
Okay. All right. Does everybody else have anything else to say?
I just want to say it's a pleasure to be a part of the show, and the technical magic that happens behind the scene is what makes this show seamless and flawless. Thank you.
We all have a yen for you, Fred. You got a yen.
A yen. We all have a yen. Thank you, Disgruntled Guy. Duffy, I'm so glad you woke up and was part of the show. Thank you for that.
I can't find my wallet, though.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother story. Okay, for another time. Charlie, I know you had technical difficulties. Engineer Steve. Yeah, what do you got to say, Charlie?
It had to happen.
It had to happen. Very good. Engineer Steve, thank you so much for all your technical expertise. And
thanks for letting me hang out, man.
Right on. Your hair is growing very long. You're a hippie up there in the Naked Ranch, the Naked Hippie Ranch up there in Lake Arrowhead.
I didn't recognize him with his clothes on.
I know, me neither. That's great. That's all good.
We're in between takes.
Cletus, any last words again?
I think I'm all set, Fred.
Okay, Cletus, very good. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Fred Johnson Show, our Olympic edition, and we'll see you next time on the Fred Johnson Show.